Last run that apparently, not a surprise, but Zoltan sectors are scarier than Mantis sectors. Not really a surprise, but, you know, reinforced by that run. Friggin' Zoltan Border Police are probably the most punishing event in the game. Maybe that or like the Free Shield Hack Sector one. There's a bunch of rough ones, but Zoltan Border Police can be one of the worst. What's up, great mate? Till you learn that Berserk Llama Syndrome is a thing. Hope you all are having a nice day. Okay, never go Zoltan, period. I guess so. I guess so. But what if you have only 2 Zoltan sectors? That's your only choice. Don't go there. Stop playing. Show FTL who's boss by sitting there for a year. Let's see. So that's 2 in a row. Make sure I updated that. I did. 2 in a row, Zoltan A. Let's see if we can make 3, man. This is where we died on the Lanius B. Watch me get 2 of my weakest streaks on the 2 ships I had at the highest position on my tier list. That would be really sad. How am I doing? Your offer to buy a house just got accepted, so you're excited. Nice. Congrats, Aricia. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. Not buying a house excited, but I'm good. It's a nice free first thing to get on a first jump. I'll take it. Can I go across here? Wow, okay. I don't have any choice. I have to be here in 3, 4, 5. Okay. Little known secret event. If you idle on the map screen long enough, all sectors become crystal sector. I wonder if there's any strategy where you move your pilot, Zoltan. That would probably be a strategy if you were fighting a ion only and beam drone type of ship, maybe. This guy can get through eventually. Funny thing, you found out you're going to hand in the 4. Fleur. Fur. What? I don't know what you just learned. Alright, he's not running, but we're probably taking damage here. Just don't hit my weapons. Don't hit my weapons, bro. Bro, don't do it. I see you eyeing my weapons. Okay, O2 is fine. Got him. Whew. Free defense drone, then free Mantis. I will take it. Holy crap. 5 gifted subs out of nowhere. So that is Friedrich Kraft just gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that. That is so generous. Welcome and welcome back to the randoms, all you wonderful, lucky people who are recipients of a free sub there. My Fleur game is lit. Cool. Alright. This market is nuts. Trying to buy a house right now, I can't even imagine. Cannot even imagine. Alright, so I need 8, 9, 10. So I want to be here in 8. I need 35 for the missile. Yeah, that's what I like to get first, I think. I think I'm liking the weapon upgrade first, because not only is it a value point for Halberd, but let's just get the Lido online. Okay. Oh my god, why do you have to have such good weapons, man? Oh god. In an asteroid field. Oh, don't hit my weapons. Oh, that's going for my... Fuck you, man. Oh my god, my shields are down now. I think my run's over, honestly. I think this just ended it. Wow. I don't think there's a recovery. I have no engines. I'm gonna try, but I think there's no recovery here. Need to go fix doors, maybe. Freaking out of nowhere, man. I sure wish I had weapons like these to start. Can I get out? Not yet. Not yet. As soon as doors are fixed, we do this. Fuck you, FTL. My piloting's down. I'm spam clicking on the runaway. My O2's dead. Okay. Move on. Okay. My heal bay and my O2 is down. How do I do this? I probably don't, honestly. Yeah. Oh, what a fitting end, man. What a fitting end. O2 is actually fixed right now. Third run on both the Lanius B and the Zoltan A. And to stupid bullshit. Yeah. That's 2 on Zoltan A, 2 on Lanius B. Oh my god, man. FTL. Just why? Why are you like this? Why are you like this, FTL? I don't know if there's any counterplay to that. Asteroid fields apparently are the death knell to this ship. Zoltan C, best ship. Well, honestly, I had 4 ships where I got perfect streaks on. Stealth A, Slug C, NGC, and Lanius A. The 2 ships I had the top 2. I didn't reset, so there is that to consider, but just bad luck. I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, we got perfect 7 in a row on 4 other ships. Was that just good luck and this was just bad luck? I don't know, man. FTL is mad that I was able to win on the last run. Could continue the perfect streaks. Well, I don't know that I want to do another run today. So what I kind of think I'm going to do, this might be weird. I think I'm actually going to do a review of my tier list right now. Like, I think I'm going to have to redo some ships for sure. But I think I want to spend 30 minutes now. I can't play anymore FTL. I'm just so mad at it. I think I want to just look at ships. Look at our tier list and do some reordering. I've been talking about it a lot. Zoltan A down a tier. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what all I'm going to move down a tier, but there's definitely some things I want to change. So, let's look at our tier list here. There's our weapon one. Here is this one. So, I honestly don't think Lanius B and Zoltan A need to go down very far, but I think there were some things I undervalued. Like, let's look at the 4 ships we got the perfect streak on. Stealth A, of course. Cloaking and insane weapons. I honestly think that maybe the augment start is one of the biggest things too. Cloaking, insane weapons, but long-range scanners and titanium system casing. This for an extra boost and scrap. This for finding ship fights, I think, is one of the big things. GG on the runs. Thanks, great mate. Stealth A, definitely S tier. How do I want to do the tiers? Because I had like S and then an A. I probably just need to have S tier. Maybe I start a new... Can I do a new sheet? I don't want to completely change this around to lose where I had this. So how do I do a new sheet here? This plus button is probably it, yeah. Okay. So let me tier list. Let me see how I did this. Ship. Best streak. And was there anything else there? I did other stuff that I could possibly do, but so let's go S. Do S, A, B, Hey, Agora, thank you for the 8 months in a row. Appreciate it, my friend. Spreadsheet stream. D. We skip E and just go right to F. So S, I think Stealth A is easily on S tier. We got 7 streak there. Hello, Numlock 7. I think that's S tier. I don't know if it's best ship. And I should go Roy G. Biv? Okay, sure. So let's start with red here. So, what was our next 7-win ship? Slug C. Kind of review the ships here. Weapons worse than the Stealth A, but again, it's got an augment and it's got hacking. It's got 2 of the 3 OP systems and it's got Clone Bay. I would say this is probably S tier 2, right? Tier list 2.0, sure. Cheers to the Imba Stealth Cruiser, yeah. I think this is probably S tier. I guess we'd have to figure out how do we want to order our S tier is the thing. Let me put the Slug C 7 S and how many ships I want to put in S tier. Like, should there only be 1 in S tier, or every ship that I got a perfect streak in, or what? I don't know. So let's look at the next one. We got the perfect streak. We got Lanius A was 1. Lanius A. So what's the big thing about this one? This one is basically has a lot of similarities to Slug C, actually. Hacking, chain laser, and an augment to sell. Only thing it doesn't have is mind control. Trades mind control for an ion stunner. So do I think this is better or worse than Slug C? Not having mind control makes me feel like this might be slightly below Slug C. Because that extra system is pretty amazing, right? Ion Stunner's good, that's true. I guess the question is, on a starting ship, would I rather have 1 extra weapon or the mind control? And that, I feel like the answer to that is situational. Mind control's better against bordering early. Better for helping to get crew kills. Ion Stunner's better for killing ships early. So, they're pretty close. Maybe the real question is, do I think Stealth A is better than both of those or worse than both of those? Because what Stealth A does not have compared to those is the hacking. I almost think that maybe Slug C and Lanius A both go above Stealth A. Can I insert one above there? So if I were to control, cut, paste. Okay. So what if I put Lanius A here? Something like that. Lanius A above the Stealth A. I almost feel like these two are interchangeable. So what's the other one that we got the perfect streak on? The only other one was NGC. So how does NGC compare to those? I'm starting with S tier because I want to just start with the ships that we got, you know, the most wins on. What does IMBA mean? Imbalanced. It's short for imbalanced. It's usually in competitive games something that says, "Oh, that's fair. So fair in IMBA." So this compared to those two ships comes with drone control instead of mind control. Has hacking, has dual lasers. So better weapons because, well, it's more expensive to upgrade your weapons. This is Necro's best ship. What I like about this ship over the other two ships is NG Crew, because that gives you blue options. So NG for blue options. Still got Clone Bay. Honestly, I like this less because of the beam drone. Drone control is more flexible than mind control. Yeah, I guess so, because it can be offense or defense. So can mind control. Honestly, I like mind control better because I'd rather have mind control cloaking hacking than I'd like to have hacking drone control cloaking. 4 weapons better than 3 slots. I feel like I want to put this below Lanius A and Slug just because I don't like drone control as much. I don't think drone control's bad, but I'd rather have mind control or cloaking than that. So I feel like this is still maybe S tier, but maybe the bottom of S tier. I know some people have this at the very top, but I think I like it less than the others because of drone control. I'll put it S for right now just because it's, you know, we got the perfect streak on it. NGC, 7 wins. Any ship with hacking equals S tier? Well, are there any other ships that have hacking that we didn't get perfect wins on, actually? Let's check that. Because those are the only ships I got the 7 in a row on. Is there any ship with hacking that I didn't get 7 wins in a row? I think the answer might be no. Every ship that had hacking on it, I got 7 wins in a row. That is telling. No, there's 3. There's 3 ships that have hacking. Lanius A and then the 2 C ships. So that is really interesting. Probably not surprising. So that means that for this new tier list, I would have S tier, all 3 ships that have hacking, and then Stealth A. Lanius B doesn't have hacking. Lanius B has mind control teleporter, which is what was the big issue. Lanius B does not have hacking. Yeah. All right, so that's interesting. So now we got to decide about some other adjustments. So if we just go by wins, the next best ship is actually Zoltan C. Oh, this is so ridiculous. If we go by number of wins, after the ships we got perfect streaks on, my best ship was Zoltan C. Are you freaking kidding me? In my wildest dreams, I would never have guessed something like that. Let's look at Zoltan C. Did any S-tier ships have losses prior to 7-win streak? I don't know what that question means. This was my 4th best ship in this streak. How's my day? Not great, Zeddy. I finished my streak challenge, but by losing the 2 ships that I thought would be the best. What is good about this ship? Why did I have such good RNG on this ship? Was it RNG? Was it this ship is secretly really good because Charge Ion plus Beam Drone is strong? Why? I feel like it's Zoltan Shield plus this offense, man. That's like the only thing I can really say it's got going for it. I guess this kind of fits in with what Laner says about drone control being pretty flexible. Because if we get 1 weapon, then swap over to defense drone, it's really good defensive ship. Charge Ion S tier, I don't say that. But I had this ship at what, D tier? I had this ship at D tier. I don't know that I could call this A tier though. I kind of think I bumped this up to B tier for now. I think I'm gonna bump this up to B tier to start. Because it's still, I mean, it doesn't have hacking. It doesn't have, I know you say friggin', what do you say, S tier Charge Ion. It's one of the best, if not the best, ion weapons, but it's still an ion weapon. So red, orange, make this yellow. High B tier. I could definitely see it being high B tier. So that is mind-blowing to me that Zoltan C is my 4th best ship in this streak. Okay, let's just look at this by wins. Next was Mantis B, Kestrel C, Crystal A, Federation A. I had a lot of 4-win ships here. It did have backup battery, which is true, but it has like no power other than that to start, other than your Zoltans and like what, 2 power or something. So of those 4 ships, which do I think is the best? Mantis B, Kestrel C, Crystal A, Federation A. How is Crystal B below all these? I don't know. Federation A starts with the best weapons of all those. Kestrel C has the most weapon power. Let me look at Crystal A. You know, Crystal A is pretty darn strong. One thing that I haven't been talking about a lot is the augments. And this, I remember somebody like Britnoth or somebody said, a lot of people don't consider how much value there is in an early augment to sell to get over that first hump. And weapons that pierce all shields, Sector 1, and a 40 scrap boost is really strong. I think this is easy A tier for sure. Easy A tier on Crystal A. And we had, what is it, 4 on that? And we'll make, what, orange here if we're going to go by rainbow colors. Some of that is going to be random, still makes a difference. Sometimes you just got to get lucky and your luck will not be spread evenly across the fights. It's true. And I don't want to go solely by how many wins I got, but that's kind of... This I created by how I felt and my experience. This is the only data I have to work with, so I want to kind of just go through each ship looking at that. So, like, let's look at Mantis B next. Mantis B is one of my favorite ships, but tier-wise, honestly, what I feel like I need to be honest and say a boarding ship feels weaker to me in hard mode no pause because of the extra micro requirement, because of how quickly things can go out of control. I feel like I need to put this down a tier, even though it got 4 wins. And defensively, I really like it. It's got no weapons, and you can get really wrecked by solar flares and basically any fires on your ship. Both Hollow and you put Mantis above B and C. Mantis A above B and C. Can we use lighter colors? It's hard to see on mobile. Okay, I'll try Vega. So I think I got to go with B tier on this. As much as I love this ship, I think I got to go with B tier. Can I just make everything bigger? How do I select all? Is there a select all? I don't use this that much. Just do a larger, where's the, this, like 14. Is that more visible? Hopefully that's more visible. Let's go even bigger. 18. How about there? Let's do that. Hopefully that is more visible there. So I think we got to go B tier with Mantis B. It had 4 wins. All right, so B tier is yellow. Okay. All right, so the other ones were Federation A and Lanius A. No, not Lanius A. What was it? Kestrel C. Kestrel C and Federation A. Federation A. You know, I don't want to like this ship, but I feel like it did pretty darn well. Even though it's got my least favorite system. Starting off with the Burst Laser 2, and this crew actually is pretty darn strong. Where did I put it on my tier list? Federation A I put on C tier. I think that needs to be at least B tier. Is it A tier is the question. Yeah, Fed A is easily B tier. I moved everything with artillery down a tier because I hate the system. But honestly, this ship, this weapon system, and this crew is really strong. Because at this moment that Rand learned that maybe, just maybe, he could begin to love artillery again. The moment quickly passed. Do I think A or B is the question? I think it might be low A tier, honestly. You can get cloaking hacking. And with 4 starting crew, with this diversive crew, I honestly think this is probably A tier. I think I need to go with low A tier on Federation A. Double click this. There. So that's A. Whoops, not S. Definitely not S. That and orange. Okay. Okay, that's gonna be orange color on that one. Yeah, I can still get cloaking and hacking. So even though it's got artillery beam, its weapon systems are not, you know, it still can get 4 weapons. It starts with one of the best weapons in the game. It's got really good crew. I think this ship has more going for it than I gave it credit for. Zoltan C is 5, not 7. Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. B tier, 7 wins. All right, so and the other one was Kestrel C. Now this one I feel like is up for debate because I know that Britnoth said he put this one really low. Oh wait, no, that was Kestrel B I was thinking of. So Kestrel C performed better than Kestrel B for me, is that right? Kestrel C had 4, Kestrel B had 3. Wow. You think Kestrel C is better than B? Really? Why? I mean, we got 4 wins. My question is, why is this better? Why is this better? Because dual lasers is better? Clone Bay, that's a good point. Clone Bay is a big deal. Just the Clone Bay. Clone Bay. Clone is Bay. Dual lasers in Clone Bay? You might be right. I really thought the 4 basic lasers was good because you just find any other weapon and all of a sudden you have an upgrade, but it doesn't really play out that way a lot of times. Maybe the 4 weapon power isn't as good as I thought, or just not as good as having an S tier weapon already on your ship. B, the weapon's only selling for 10, so it's not really good, and the sector one falls off really quick. Yeah, and you know, another thing to think about on both these ships is no augments to sell. So if you're relying on selling only your basic lasers to get something, that does make it really hard to get a weapon. You know, on a lot of these other ships that are at the top of our list, we have, you know, Crystal Vengeance or the Oxygen, whatever it's called. So yeah, I think maybe it's Kestrel C A, Kestrel B B tier, something like that. But I will say Kestrel A should be better than both of those, honestly. I almost wonder, is Kestrel C worth A tier, or is it maybe ABC 132? Yeah, it's just if you find a weapon, and that's one of the things is like, if your ship being good is relying on you finding a lucky weapon, that's not always consistent in FTL. I think Kestrel C could be low A. And I feel like Kestrel A should be higher. What was my Kestrel A? Kestrel A, I got only 2 wins, really. I need to redo Kestrel A. I feel like that one got really shreked. Basic lasers pair well with everything? No, they don't, Factoid. They don't. They don't pair well with things. They're the most basic weapon in the game. This I wanted to love it too, but after playing it a bunch and losing it a bunch and restarting my streak over and over, I just think I was trying to force the ship to be better than it is. I'm gonna say for now, Kestrel C is low A tier. What was that? 3 wins or 4 wins on that? That was 4, right? 4 wins on Kestrel C, yeah. And then I'm gonna put Kestrel B. Honestly, probably low B tier. Kestrel. How do you spell that? It's Kestrel, not Kestrel. That one had 3. That's how you spell that, I think. B tier is yellow. Okay. A and B streak were fraught with bad RNG. They really were. Kestrel A, I think, is one of the major ones I want to go back and do again. So I think... So, like, I haven't redone Kestrel A, and even though we only got 2 wins, I think I still want to put that above, maybe not Crystal A, but definitely above Federation A, I think. I think I want to put, I'm not convinced that Kestrel A is as bad as its streak made it look like. Was it 2? It was 2, right? Yeah, it was only 2. So, I'm going to do that. Honestly, not bad, though. If Kestrel A, B, and C are all in A and B tier, that's not bad. So what's next? Our 3-win ships. We already did Kestrel B, Crystal B. Crystal B. For sure, Kestrel B and Fed A. I think Kestrel A should be tier B or low A. Hey, what's up? Mech panties. Kestrel sounds like a Federation bottled water to you. Okay. Kestrel, or, Crystal B. So this, like Crystal A, has the Crystal Vengeance. However, it's got no weapon, and it can't kill auto scouts. So that's got 2 things against it. And it's got teleporter. So it means you're locked out of getting both mind control and hacking. I feel like this ship is really good even though my wins weren't on it still, though. What do I mean with hard mode? Hard difficulty. This right here. Yeah, you might not be able to see it. Easy, normal, hard. It has cloaking. You never liked this ship. You're terrible at boarding, though. And there's that might be the kicker, what you just said right there. I said earlier when I was talking about Mantis B that boarding ships might need to go down a tier. I should probably change my title, too, just so people know that this is we're not actually playing. We are Tier Streak Challenge Review, I'll call it. Tier list update. Boarding ships without weapons should go down a tier. That's not a bad qualifier. So where did I put Mantis B? I put that at B tier, right? I want Crystal B to be A, so I think what I do is put it in B tier. Do I think it's better or worse than Mantis B? I think it's slightly better because it's got something to sell, and it has cloaking. So I feel like I put it right above Mantis B. And it had, what was it, 3 wins, I think. If you're calibrating your tiers for hard, no pause, any ship with teleporter goes down a notch compared to how good it would be with pause. I agree, 100% I agree with that. This ship starts without any weapons? Yeah. Crystal B starts with no weapons. Crystal A starts with 2 really good weapons, which is why I have it in A tier. We're kind of looking at a tier list right now. So I think I like that in B tier. Again, I think it should be A tier, but because it's teleporter and this is hard mode, no pause, I feel like it goes down a tier list. I could see this being an A tier if my boarding micro got better. Maybe practiced it more. But I feel like this has to be mid to high B tier. Okay, so next ship with 3 wins was what? Kestrel B. Zoltan B. This is another ship that I like, but I'm not sure how consistent it is. Honestly, is this the weakest of the Zoltan ships or not? It's missing the clone bay of C, and it's got crappier ion weapons, and it starts with less shields. Where did I put my other Zoltan ships? I haven't put Zoltan A yet, because I'm still salty from the loss. But I actually put Zoltan C at the top of B. I'm almost wondering if this needs to go C tier. Because you don't have an augment that you can sell. You have to spend 100 scrap and shields, and it's made up for it with mediocre weapons. I honestly think this might be high C tier. Yeah, I think Zoltan C is better than B. After playing it, looking at it, I didn't. But I think Clone Bay, backup battery, and a better weapon. I don't know how much you can call Charge Ion a better weapon, but what I do like about this, and something I was discounting, was how fast this is. Pike Beam is 16 seconds. That's really, really long time when you have no shields. It has Zoltan shields. It's true, it does have Zoltan shields. So my thought is it's either low B or high C. I'm gonna put this as my first C tier ship, which might be a little too low. But let's see how other things line up here. Roy, geez, this needs to be green. That's not green. Is green gonna make this disappear with my green screen? No. Okay, good. Bottom B or high C? I think I put this right at the top of C, and we'll see. We'll see how other things shake out. So that was 3. Zoltan B, Mantis C. Again, boarding going down a tier. I think this could easily be C tier, maybe lower. Although it's got Clone Bay, so maybe not. Man, do I put this above Mantis B? It has weapons, but they're not weapons that do anything. You think Mantis C is high C tier? It's got better crew than Mantis B. It's got Clone Bay. And it's got Mantis Pheromones to sell. You know what? I think this is still B tier, though. Weapons suck, true, but at least it has weapons. And I put Mantis B in B tier, right? No, I put Mantis B in B tier. Honestly, I feel like I need to say that this is above Mantis B. I hate to say it, but I think it is. Just because it starts with the Clone Bay on a boarding ship. I hate it because I hate Lanius plus X boarding. You actually think Mantis B is a little high? Maybe. You might be right. Maybe this is C tier and this is B tier. Still think even if it's B tier, it's low B tier, though. B, Mantis, C, and we got 3 wins on that. I think maybe Mantis B needs to be C tier, honestly. Mantis B is high C and Mantis C is low B. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I think I need to delete this one. I'm sorry, Mantis B. I want to love you, but you're just not consistent, I feel like. What was my wins on that one? That was 4. Is that right? Mantis B was 4. Lanius only has synergy with other Lanius. Yeah, and I was just talking earlier about how much I hate Lanius B because I just don't like the boarding. Yeah, it's rough crew and it's no Clone Bay. And that's what we saw how rough that can be in the FTL tournament. So I think that might be, even though that kind of differentiates from our results, that's one of those things where consistency-wise, I think this is more accurate. All right, so that was Mantis C we just did, so 3 wins. Slug A. I feel like this ship is actually pretty good. It starts with dual lasers and breach. Where did I have this on my tier list? I feel like this is another one where I need to redo it because I feel like it got pretty wrecked. Slug A had it C. Ended at a pulsar in Sector 2. That's pretty bad RNG. It doesn't have Clone Bay and it doesn't have extra systems, but its weapons are good and it has Slug Repair Gel to sell. Its crew is a little weak, though. I think it's A. I think it's A. It's even got... One thing you could consider is Anti-Bio Beam is another extra scrap you can sell stuff for. think it's B at most for you. Breach and dual lasers is pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. Starts with Biobeam, S tier for sure. Low systems take a lot of upgrading. I mean, it's level 3 weapons. That's not that low. And engines and shields are basically average. I would say the things that could keep it low are bad crew and no clone bay. I'm not sure if I want to put it at A tier, but I feel like it's close to A tier. I feel like it's top of B or low A. You meant low amount of systems. I think it's A tier. I'm gonna put it in here. This is another one where I want to do again. I'm gonna make a note of things I want to do again. Actually, Slug A. What was it? 3 wins. Let me make a note. Let me like star. I want to do this one again because I feel like it didn't have a good run, and I want to do Kestrel A again because I feel like that got pretty gypped. Where's star? I just did it. Where did it? There it is. Okay. Slug A competes with Kestrel C, I think. Okay. I don't have any D or F tiers yet, but we're getting down this list. So that was Slug A. Any other 3 wins? No other 3 wins. Okay. So we're looking at 2 wins now. Kestrel A, we already placed. What's our first 2? Rock C. Rock C. Of the rock ships, this is probably the best, right? It's better than Rock B. Because Swarm Missile is slow but decent, and Heavy Crystal is actually good early sectors, and you have rock plating to sell. And it does start with Clone Bay, too. Did I really only get 2 wins on Roxy? That seems pretty bad. I think this can be C tier. Maybe... Do I think it could be B tier? I don't know that its weapons are good enough for B tier. So let's go Roxy. 2 wins. Roy G. Blue. Biv. I'll go light blue here. I honestly feel like this should have done better. Best rock ship is C tier. Well, I'm trying to think if Rock B is better. How many wins did I get on Rock B? Rock B, we also got 2. I don't know, man. I don't know. Rock B just feels bad. Heavy Pierce, a single weapon. Firebomb is not good. You think Rock B is better? It's got a worse healing system. Has no vents. No doors. Only a single heavy laser that pierces 1 shield for damage. I'm kind of thinking I might want to do this D tier. And Rock A's F tier. Do I still think Rock A is F tier? I still think it is because we're running out of missiles. I think I might do Rock B first B tier, first D tier. I think it's worse than Rock C. Rock C at least has Clone Bay, you know. Blue indigo, so like the darker blue on this one. So maybe something like this. There. Okay. I feel like I have a lot of ships on the higher tiers, and the lower tiers are going to have fewer ships on it, so I'm not sure about this. What's the next 2 one? Let's see. It was Rock C, Stealth C. Stealth C. Now that's an interesting one. The shieldless ship. Where did I put this on my list? I thought Stealth C, I put it at B- tier. Rock B is like the one ship that can benefit from Elanius. Rock C can take you out of Sector 3 without needing to find a weapon. Rock B can't. Okay. I wanted this one to be higher because its weapons are on par with Stealth A. And it does have Clone Bay. But you know what's interesting? This titanium system casing really should be on Stealth C. You do have these things to sell, but less dodge, no titanium system casing, and just slightly worse weapons. Don't make up for a clone bay and no cloaking. I don't know if I think this is D tier, though. Oh, titanium should be on stealth B, you think? Yeah, less engines, no cloak, no system casing. Yeah, I see, Laner. You say C tier. Has drones, but that's not good. I'd rather have cloaking or just shields, man. I think this is at highest C tier. Do I think it's D tier is the question. This is probably F tier. Do I think this is D? Oh, drones as in it's taking up a system slot. How many wins did I get with Stealth C? 2. Horrible Rock Homeworld, Sector 5 RNG is what killed it. Would I rather play it than Rock B? I'm going to put this at D. Stealth C. 2 wins. I might need to redo that one, but honestly, I might not get much better. Was it this color? Nope, it was the next one down. That one there. I feel like I'd probably rather play Rock B than Stealth C, because just no shields, no cloaking, and no augments to sell makes it really rough, man. Good weapons, but you gotta get 125 scrap before you're not just completely susceptible to almost any weapon. So I think that needs to be D tier, which means that went down a tier, right? That went down 2 tiers. Wow. Okay. Rock B, I did. Federation B. Federation B. Should start with pre-igniter. What, the Stealth C? Dual lasers Lido. So it's worse weapons than a Kestrel A. It's a level 2 artillery. Pretty weak crew and nothing to sell. Do you think this is B tier? I don't know. I think this is C tier at least. I think this is C. Where did we put Kestrel A? I put Kestrel A still in A tier. I just don't think it's good enough to be in B tier. You're right. Dual lasers are good. I'm not going to argue with you there. Dual lasers are good. But does that make up for not having an augment to sell? Having a crappier Artemis and artillery? Does that make up for it? If this had one more crew, I'd say yes. It could be B tier. Because it's got 3 crew, which is the least crew of any of the Federation ships, by the way. And no clone bay, I think it's C tier. I think this is C tier. Oh, I forgot to... This is... Oh, wait. I have my colors mixed up. This should be green. So these guys should be the lighter blue here. Like that. So I'm going to say C tier for this. Insert... Whoops. Insert 1 above. This is... what ship is this? This is the Fed B, which we had 2 wins on. And that's... the wrong color is what that is. Already ruins Fed B. Lido is dead weight? Yeah. And it only sells for 10, right? So that's another thing. It just has nothing to sell. S tier should also be purple. Well, if we're going Roy G. Biv, then that would be what, like ultraviolet or something? Or the other side? The infrared? We're going red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. We're doing rainbow colors. All right, so that's Fed B. I'm doing slightly different color scheme than this. So next was Stealth B. Stealth B, you know, it's a meme ship. I think this just has to be F tier. I think this needs to be the first F tier. I put it at D- because I like it. Because I still have probably good feelings of double glade beam pre-ignited back when I played easy mode. And it does start with long range scanners, but that can't make up for being so susceptible to just too much crap early game. So yeah, this has got to be an F tier. So this is stealth B. I think we had 2 wins on it though. Is that right? Stealth B. We had 2 wins on it. So where's violet? Kind of this color, kind of. I don't like that color. That looks better. I like that color better. +1 tier for memes. Winning with that ship is hard as most other ships. And cloaking though, it's level 2 cloaking would be great if it had a halberd beam. Because it has a glaive beam, it's just the charge time. If it had started with level 3 cloaking, it'd have a chance. Or glaive beam and an automated reloader. It's just, I think there's no debate that's just one of the worst ships for consistency in hard mode no pause. Okay, so that was 2. Federation C is the last one I got 2 on. Federation C is, I think, one of my least favorite ships to play. Not only does it have the crap artillery system, it also has boarding, which forces you out of cloaking or mind control. It has clone bay, which is like the only good thing, and emergency respirators to sell. I think this is D or F. The question is, do I think the 4 crew and clone bay put it in D tier? No weapon, slow as hell artillery. Yeah, you can only get 1 system, so you have to choose between cloaking, mind control, or hacking. I put this in D tier previously, I think. I put it in F tier. I think it stays in F tier. I think it's definitely F tier. Is it better than Stealth B? Well, even though Stealth B is a meme, I at least like playing it better. So I'm going to put Federation C here. There. Definitely F tier. What goes in F tier stays in F tier. Okay. Alright, now the 1-win ships. What were the 1-win ships? Kestrel A. No. Mantis A. Mantis A is another one we need to redo, but let's look at it. You don't even give it +1 for memes because the Suicide Bomber meme isn't fun. My top 2 on the old list, I got 2 wins on 2. It's true. True. I need to replace those. Stealth B can at least have hacking and cloaking. So, Mantis A. Better crew. Good weapons. Augment to sell. I think this is more consistent than Mantis B, even though I only got 1 win on it. And I still like Mantis B better. Going by the numbers, it's worse than the Mantis B in our thing, but I think we need to redo it again because I feel like I can get more wins with this. But how much better? I have Mantis B and C tier and Mantis C and B. It's still a boarding ship, so I don't think I can put it in A. So I think I put it like mid B tier. I think maybe we fill in this spot with Mantis A and we replay that ship to see if we can get more wins. Oops, Mantis A. Only got 1 win there. Make a note that I want to play that again. Give Laney's B another chance. Here's a link to the change.org position. I might need to give both of those another chance, but I haven't put them on the list yet. So let me finish this list before we revisit the ones we lost on today. Think Mantis A could be low A. Let me see. I kind of want to run that one again because I feel like we got so screwed. What did I put for it? Mantis A, worst RNG of all time. So I said that like 5 times on this, but I want to revisit that one. So I'm going to keep it in B tier for now. It still is a ship that's, you know, it's a boarding ship. And that means in hard mode no pause, I feel like it's harder to be consistent unless you got crazy good micro skills. All right, NGB. Let's look at NGB next. This is probably going down. I think it's low A if you allow pause. Yeah, we have a different tier list for pause that I haven't really fully filled out because I couldn't handle that much FTL in a week. NGB. Single crew, no clone bay, drone reactor booster to sell. Heavy laser is great, but I think I overvalued heavy laser when I first put this on the tier list. I think it's low D tier at most. The reason I put it as high as I did, because I felt it was kind of a similar thing to the Kestrel B, where I'm like, heavy laser is so good, you just get one good weapon with it and you're great. The problem is heavy ion plus heavy laser means if you miss any shots, you're screwed. One crew is the worst in the game. Drone reactor booster is something to sell. I feel like if this had clone bay, maybe it could be in, what did I put it, C tier? I put it in C tier. I think this probably is D tier. I think I overvalued heavy laser by itself. So let's put it like in between these two guys. I think this is D tier. I think I definitely overvalued heavy laser for this ship. I got one win. Did I even make a note about this one? NGB 1. No, just one and done. Heavy laser sucks with 3 weapon slots. Well, early game it's still amazing. This is still a great weapon if, again, it's a big if, you can get anything that's got multiple projectiles. That's the problem, though. You need to find a weapon with multiple projectiles, and you don't start with one. So, because it starts with a heavy ion, if this was like any 2-shot laser, burst laser 1, you know, charger laser or whatever, this ship could easily go up a tier. Heavy ion, I think, is what brings this down. The no crew is kind of an issue. The drones, I feel like, help with that. And it is an NG crew, which is my favorite crew to start with. But heavy ion, I think, is what really brings this ship down. Worse than a rock ship, sacrilege. Yeah, I know. All right, so that was NGC. No, that was NGB. So NGA. NGA. It's definitely better than NGB. And we do have we have a thing, an augment to sell. I feel like this might be better than we got this credit for. Only one win doesn't seem right for NGA. This has the most stuff to sell of any ship. What do you mean? This and the combat drone or what? Or just because Ion Blast sells for a lot? Oh, for scrap amount wise. Gotcha. Where are my other NG ships? NGC is S tier, isn't it? Yeah, NGC was S tier. It's definitely above D, but I don't know how high this should go, especially since I only got one win on it, and that's another one I need to revisit. My issue with this ship is the unaimable offense of the Combat 1. So I feel like selling-wise and crew-wise, I want it to be around A or B. But because I can't control what Combat 1 drones shoots, then maybe it should be down. You can get clone and cloaking and hacking on this ship. You think C tier? Put NGB at D. I kind of think high C. I'm gonna put this above Zoltan B, and this is another one that I want to replay. This is another one I want to replay. Next week we'll have to start the replaying of some of these ships. I feel like we got a little screwed. So I only got one win there. So let me make a note that I want to replay this one. Yeah, this, I feel like this could be B. I feel like if we give it another shot and we get high wins, I might bump it up. All right, so that's that one. That's NGA. And then we got Slug B and Rock A. Let's look at Slug B first. These are two of my least favorite ships in the game to play. Slug B got one win. Does it stay at F tier? Honestly, Slug Repair Gel to sell. This has a decent amount of stuff to sell. The problem is it's the missile reliance. I'm not sure if I think this is F tier though. Even though I hate to play it, I feel like this might not quite be F. No matter Clone Bay is true. That is a huge issue. But at least it has a weapon that can do damage. It has something to sell. It's got 3 crew. It's D or F. Which do I put it at F before. It only got 1 win. It's F for you. It's too RNG reliant. D tier 2 run out of missiles. It's right between here, but I don't know which. Because I'm pretty sure I'm keeping Rock A and F. I think I might put this in D. Because I feel like even though I only got one win, after experiencing Harbor... Well, it's also got boarding, and I don't like boarding in Harbor no pause. But it is boarding with weapon support. Which is something to consider, and it has something to sell. You think F seems cruel? How many missiles does this ship start with? 25. That's actually a pretty good amount of missiles. I think I go D tier here. Even though it only got one win, this might honestly be another one to play again, because I feel like after the practice I've had, I might actually get more consistent wins. Because it looks like a lot of ships I need to replay are boarding ships. Mantis A. NG. Okay, maybe only a couple. I might need to revisit this one. I feel like I could have done better. I had put it in F tier and I don't like playing it, so I feel like I might have given it not a real good chance. Alright, and then of course Rock A at the bottom of the list. Rock A, we'll look at it, but I think this always stays F tier all the time, right? It just runs out of missiles. It has something to sell, but it just runs out of missiles. All these ships that we're saying, if you find a weapon, you're in great shape. This ship is probably the worst in that camp, because if you don't find a weapon, you just do nothing. Because no missiles is just... Honestly, the missiles it has are strong, but once you run out of them, you just run out of offense. Rock A could be D tier, depends on your first door. Again, if you're relying on a first door finding a weapon, a lot of ships can go up a tier. We keep this at F. The problem is where in F tier do I put it? Do I put it below these others? Again, I'm biased against missiles. Yeah, let's just put it at the bottom of F. Honestly, it probably is more consistent than Stealth B or Federation C. But speaking about consistency of any of these ships is like a kind of a good luck. It's not a boarding ship, that's true. It's not a boarding ship. So the only things not on here are the two ships that we lost on today, Lanius B and Zoltan A. And that's tough. The fact that we got 2 wins on both those ships, I feel like is not really representative of how good they are. But are they S tier? Damn, I hate to take them down a notch, but I feel like I might need to. This ship's weakness that we fell to today is crew, man. It's just it's crew dying. Let's talk about Zoltan A before we talk about Lanius B. The one weakness you gotta acknowledge on this ship is Zoltans are so bad at dealing with borders, and it doesn't have clone bay to help with that. The heal bay is really far from the important systems. It has nothing to go for it but the rock crew. You're talking about Rock A, yeah. I feel like I need to move this down. I think this is still A tier, but I want it to be S tier, but I think it just can't be. Let's look at our S tier ships. The only one without hacking is Stealth A. So I guess that's the question. Compared to Stealth A, is Zoltan A more consistent? Or Stealth A? Even though I got the 7 wins on this, it was pretty challenging. This has stuff to sell. I think that might be the difference. Stuff to sell in a good system. You can't sell anything on this ship except a Lido for 10. I think it's still S for you, Zoltan Shield with a halberd. But it doesn't have hacking. I don't know, man. I'm going to have to put it right between. I think for now I'm going to put it at top of A tier. And this might be another one where I have to revisit it. I want it to be S tier, but I feel like I have too many S tier ships, honestly. Let me put another thing here. Both have beams, and beams aren't great for no pause. I'm not going to do that for no pause. Boarding, I will take into consideration for no pause. Beams, early game, there's not as much micro you have to do. Zoltan A is easier to play than Stealth A. Stealth A has a high skill ceiling. I think that's a good description. Now the real question, though. Lanius B. Advanced Flak, has emergency respirators to sell, has clone bait, has so much going for it. I think my major issue is teleporter locks you out from getting other good systems. It's easy S tier, you think? I feel like this is a ship that should have done better if my micro was better. What did we lose to? We lost to all of our crew dying to O2, teleporter, and clone bay going down while our Lanius were on the other ship. Another reason I feel like this ship is rough is low engines and missiles do work against you. So the weaknesses are only one system is purchasable. Low engine, so you're really susceptible to missile hits. And Lanius are not good synergy with other crew. If my crew didn't die, I would have won. You might be right. You're probably right. But looking at our list, I already got 4 on S tier. I got 6 on A. 5 on B, 5 on C. It's pretty good. I just don't know. The only other S tier ship I have with no hacking is Stealth A. I feel like it should be as consistent as Stealth A. I'm going to put it right next to Zoltan A. It's another one we have to do. I'm going to put it still in S tier. I think if I had played it better, we wouldn't have lost it. Yeah, I think we need to revisit both. Zoltan A, we had a lot of boarding events that killed us. Lanius B, bad RNG with missiles. So, the tier list is very Pride. You know it. You gotta get that rainbow Pride here. It's Pride, what is it, Pride Month or whatever? So, a lot of changes here. We have more S tier ships than we had before. It's pretty crazy to me. But I think this makes sense. I think this makes sense that every ship that starts with hacking is an S tier ship. You don't have to board on Lanius B. It's hard to just rely on the advanced flak if you're fighting, like, you know, ships with weapons that are skinny rooms. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6 ships that we want to revisit. Maybe I revisit this from the bottom up starting next week. Because basically every ship that we're revisiting, I feel like didn't get a representative result to where I placed it on the list. Oh, 7, because Slug B. And if you don't board the teleporter's dead weight, yeah. So I think this is good. I think after playing this, this is good. I'm surprised I didn't get 6 wins on any ship. I'm still really surprised by Zoltan C being my 5th best number of wins. So I think we'll call this good. We'll call this good. Next week, what we'll do is we'll be tier list revisit, tier list check, tier list play it again, Sam, take 2, because I feel like all these ships that we got low wins on will be better. So, my friends, I am going to call it a day there. I hope you all enjoyed. I really think that Lanius B and Zoltan A should have done better today, but we got kind of RNG Shrek today, and I got pretty tilted. But revisiting this tier list, I think I feel like a lot of what we've learned has been really useful over this year, or however long it's taken. Multiverse tier list next. Wow, how many ships do they have? 150? I don't know if I'm going to jump into that yet. But next Wednesday, we will start revisiting these ships. Tomorrow, we're going to play some Monster Train, which will be nice to get away from the salty FTL. And then Friday, we'll play some more Breath Edge. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all had a good time. Again, you can check out this tier list and revisit and tell me what you think. I'll post all these videos on YouTube tomorrow. Kind of the revisit of the tier list is kind of the thing we've been working towards this entire time playing these. But again, y'all are amazing. Hope y'all had a good time, and can never thank all you wonderful folks for all the support. Tier list of the viewership. Now that'd be a long one. Can never thank y'all enough for bits, follow, subs, give subs, lurking, all the wonderful, amazing stuff. You all do to support the stream. You know I wouldn't do it if it weren't for amazing people. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy these ads or this sea shanty, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great night. Later, my friends.